Yo, let's see what we got in here. Anyone? 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 What's up, Top Daddy? Good evening. Wolverine Bully said, yo, bro, how are you? Fire Don Brown. Yes, fire Don Brown. I can't take any more Don Brown. 23 Tails, what up, bro? None much. None much. Ready for next year already. It's gonna start again. Ready for next year. Jeremy Turner, what's good, bro? All right. Jevin Stoop says, who's got it better than us? Nobody. Tough Daddy says Don Brown equals dumpster fire. That's facts. I've had it. Honestly, I wanted Don Brown fired last year. I thought he would have made big adjustments, but he hasn't. He's done the same stuff. So he got to go. It is what it is. What I don't understand is why a lot of fans they act like we never had a good defense before Don Brown came, which is not true. We had good defenses when Brady Hoke was here. It is hard to root for Michigan, but it's so ingrained in my Michigan culture and fandom that every year it don't fail for me. So Melvin Walker says, who wins the QB battle next year? Probably Dylan, but I'm hoping Joe will. Because even if Dylan wins, I feel like Dylan's gonna get hurt. He's just too skinny. You can't start a full year and be that skinny. You're gonna get hurt. Just like when he gets in for limited snaps and gets hurt. He's just too skinny. And Joe, if you just look at Joe, he's impressive. Just looking at him. I'm not even getting into the fact that he's mobile, but he's a freak of nature. Dude is like 250, 6'5". You ain't tackling him by yourself. Joe reminds you of Cardell. Crazy. Exactly. Now, a player like Joe, you put him in off potential and maximize whatever he does best until he can, fully grasp it. Appreciate the $5 super chat, 23 Tails. I appreciate that, bro. But yeah, you try to maximize what Joe does best. Running, probably getting outside of the pocket and throwing it deep. Or you see what throws he makes the best, and you maximize that. Let's see. Mason says, how does Don Brown not have the competence to run the right coverage against OSU? Don Brown is stubborn, and so is Harbaugh, though. I think that's why they like each other so much. They're both stubborn dudes. And that's what hurts you, because you have to adapt in college football, in life, in anything. You have to adapt. You can't, okay, I did it like this. This is my way. You can't do that. Especially in sports, in football, you have to adapt your system to your players. That's the biggest thing. And Don Brown and this Viper, and this is also a thing that's hurt us, and you're seeing it this year. He wanted to go to a more speedy type defensive tackles, more elusive speed type defensive tackles. And that's hurt us. That's why you have dudes that are 285, 290 trying to play defensive tackle in the Big Ten. That's like Rich Rod trying to do the 3-3-5. You're going to get shredded. And Don Brown was trying the 3-3-5 earlier in the year because we had some injuries or whatever. But you can't have speedy type dudes trying to play defensive tackle in the Big Ten. You just can't do it. Austin says you peep how O State specifically exploited our captains on defense. Does that raise any questions? I think it's just they were at positions where they can be exploited. Metellus at safety, Hudson at linebacker, Kemp at defensive tackle. So you can be exploited. You know what I'm saying? Hudson on the edge, lose and contain all the time. It just ain't no excuse for you. That's why I preach you have to go back to a regular defense. You have to get back to a 4-3 with real linebackers and stop trying to have safeties out there gaining weight and trying to play linebacker. No, give me a 240, 250 size linebacker unless he's a beast and he's already 230, 235. I can accept that. But you got Hudson out there. You look up what he's listed at. He's 220. And he might not be that heavy because he's already a small type dude. Cam McGrone is prototypical linebacker size. You now just imagine if you had Cam with Ross and then another either Devin Gill or another good linebacker on the other side. It's gonna make your defense way better in the run, especially once you get your D tackles, get real D tackles that are 300 pounds. I don't know what Don Brown was thinking with that. And then what really just kills me with Don Brown, then I'm gonna get to y'all comments again, is the fact that he wants to blitz. Why do you will call a good series, first, second down, great. Get them into a 3rd and long, and you just can't wait to blitz. That would be fine if you don't blitz all the time. So the offensive coordinator on the other team, they know you want to blitz. So 3rd and long comes, they're expecting you to blitz. So they have a play prepared for it. As simple as that. You play into their hands by blitzing on 3rd and long. 2nd and 19, they get the first down. They get 40 yards. They don't just get the first down. They get 40 or 50 yards because you can't wait to do that. 2nd and 19, you zone it up. You zone. The next defensive coordinator needs to know and how to and have the cover 3 defense in his arsenal. Cover 3 is one of the best zones. Cover 3, cover 4. There's so many. There's a lot of zones. Cover 9. Let me see before I get left off. Popcorn says, who do you think number 1 team is, OSU or LSU? You could go either one. It really don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to play it out on the field. But if I was to pick one, I would say LSU because it's hard to beat a quarterback that's that good. And then they got a good running back too. As far as their defense, I know people are saying LSU's defense isn't that good, but LSU, they still got the talent and the potential there on their defense. Like they ain't just no garbage defense. They still got dudes out there that are beasts, fast, strong. So they've got it. They've got what you need to make enough plays to win at least. Stewie Collins says, yo, Johnny, just tuning in. Does it make sense for Patterson to start in the bowl game or Milton since he will likely be the starter next year, assuming he won't transfer? It's Shea's last game. and I know most of y'all know I don't really care for Shea too much, but it's right and wrong. Shea's been the starter the last 2 years. This will be his last game at Michigan. Let him go and start it. Hopefully it's a blowout and he can go sit down and, take it all in, and then Joe or Dylan can get some snaps in. You owe him that. At least that's his last game. You don't want to go out your last game being that Ohio State game. Nobody want to go out like that. Let's see. Brandon Gamble, you better believe that Greg Madison having some input on how they're playing us on offense. I mean, of course, but it was also a different offense. They just got a good defense. OSU's just got a good defense. What's good, Vontae? Top Daddy says looking like Washington in the Holiday Bowl. It might be, and we got Washington the first game next year. So Chris Peterson just stepped down from them. I actually wouldn't mind him being on our staff or our coach. He's a good coach, but I think he said he's going to stay on their staff as a consultant or something. I guess he's probably just tired of coaching. It's a lot that comes with being a college coach. Ty Allen says our defense is undersized and slow, and Ohio State exposed the hell out of it. They did. They exposed it. They exposed our defense being undersized at D tackle and linebacker and the slow safeties. But all this stuff comes back to Don Brown, because if your safeties are slow or slower, why would you keep them? Why would you run a defensive scheme to where they're going to have to be in one-on-one coverage? If your safeties are slower, you want them looking over the top of everything. Like I wouldn't mind if you ran man, but you have Metellus and Hawkins or Hill over the top watching everything. But even then, on some plays I saw, Metellus was just playing boneheaded the whole game, because he would have over the top and he would be coming up and all this. As safety, your number one thing is be the deepest. You're the deepest man. Be deeper than the deepest. That's what they say. So however deep a route is, you're always want to be deeper than that. Everything comes behind. Everything has to try to get behind you. You're deeper than everybody. So then when the ball is thrown, you should be able to make a play on it, because you're deeper than everything and you're just trying to come up and make a play or either hit him or knock it down or whatever. Metellus looked like he was a freshman out there for a lot of the plays, just to keep it 100. Polar Bear Sleep says running game strategy for next year. The running game, we just have to. Your running game, like you can have a back like Dobbins or whoever, a good running back, a good or great running back, Taylor, Dobbins, and they can make plays. But for you to consistently run against like a Ohio State, your offensive line is going to have to create holes. They're not going to the running back isn't going to be able to do it on their own. So it's just more about the offensive line being able to pass block. Like we saw our pass blocking was A1, but by the end of the season it was. But by going to the RPO stuff and all that, the run blocking took a step back. So honestly, if I was Jim, I would tell Gaddis we still need some eye sets. Like you need to train these dudes to be able to do both, pass block and run block. Brett Hagen says Joe can be like Josh Allen or Cam Newton. That's what we're hoping. And the coaches are so boneheaded, they act like they don't see potential. They want to just let's wait till he's a polished player to put him on the field. No, sometimes potential needs to be put on the field so it can grow. Especially now, if you got dogs in the starting position, then I understand. But if you don't, put that potential on the field. It might surprise you sooner than you expected. Kevin says, who I got next year? I want Joe, but I like Dylan too. I like them both. Rob Little says, who would a good candidate to replace Don Brown? I'm not sure of. That I don't really know. Maybe Clemson's defensive coordinator. I'm not sure. I haven't even looked into it. Vontae says definitely needs to fire Don Brown. He an average defense coordinator with underweight players. That's facts, Vontae. People hype him up because he'll blow out, he'll dominate a Wisconsin when they're bad, a Michigan State when they're bad, overrated Notre Dame team. Let's see. But when he plays these teams, when Penn State is good and has a good offense with some explosive players, they torch him. OSU, torch him. When he has Wisconsin this year, torch him. Florida State in the bowl game, 2016, torch him. South Carolina in the bowl game, torched him after we had a lead. I can go on and on about when we play a good offense that either figures him out or already knows what he's going to do, they torch him. I had somebody saying, oh, well, if they score 28 or 30, that's not getting torched. It is when you allow 15, 14 points a game, you got torched. If you average 14, giving up 15, 16 points, and they score 30 on you, they torched you. That's saying your defense ain't what you thought it was. You got torched. That's like you scoring 30 points a game in basketball, and then you score 20. He held you in check, bro. You normally average 30. So it's the same thing goes for a defense. Let's see. Justin Doster, number 14, had like 28 points put up. He played horrible. He normally ain't that bad, but he normally is bad against OSU. That's usually his worst game. But he made plays other times in the year, but they always get the best of them. It's like the game is too big for him. Popcorn says, yo, came across your channel and fuck with the content. Keep it up, homie. Appreciate it, bro. DK says Cam is a dog. That's facts. Cam McGrone is a beast. Now just think where our defense would be if he didn't have the sense to put play Cam. Let's say he would have put Devin Gill in that spot. CJ Mike, our recruiting has to take a step up what it's been lately. We need classes like the one we got when we got Gary Bush, Asaya see with that type of talent to stay and get developed. That's facts. And the reason I say we have to get the recruits, but recruiting isn't a quick fix. Like Don Brown has to go right now. You got to go now because you done lost your mind. Recruiting is a slow process. You have to build up those classes. You have to keep building up on the talent. And coaches have to develop it. Daniel says Charles Woodson needs to teach these coaches and players how important the game is. In the Harbaugh era, we have always taken MSU serious. With OSU, we just don't. That's true also. Like Woodson and some of these dudes, they need to come back, not coach, but talk to the players, talk to the coaches about how important OSU is. MSU, our talent can beat MSU, but OSU, it's another level of talent, coaching, and all of the above, and they take us that much serious. So the players, the coaches, all of them, like the bonehead mistakes is what killed me with Harbaugh. You can't be letting these dudes out here playing too bonehead. Just like Khalid Hudson. You said Greg Madison wasn't a big deal or whatever, but you come out and wear a sweatshirt with his face on it. That let me know your mind ain't on the right things because you had to take time to go get a shirt made and find the picture to put on it, Go get it taken care of, and then come out. Your head ain't in the right place, and it showed on the field. The biggest game, you worried about the wrong stuff, bro. You worried about the wrong stuff, and it showed. Scott says, we really got a linebacker playing safety. Metellus has a rough game. Yeah, bro. Metellus, what's his name? Hudson, he's a safety. Glasgow, too. Somebody try to tell me Glasgow isn't a safety. And if you're not 235, 240-ish, and when you came to the school, you were a DB, and you still get manhandled when we play big teams, you a safety. You're a DB playing linebacker. You're not a linebacker. Yeah, I can say I'm a chef. I can say whatever you want to. They can list me as a chef. That don't mean I can cook worth a damn. He's a linebacker. Okay. He's a DB playing linebacker. Because just like when Hudson goes to the league ain't even going to really think about him as no linebacker. They're going to think about him as a safety, just like they did Jabril. And I tried to tell people last year, Hudson ain't on Jabril Peppers level. He's got a lot of tackles. If you starting every game, you're going to have a lot of tackles. just because. Just off general principle, off GP, you're going to have a lot of tackles. Thomas Smith says Michigan needs better offensive players. When was the last off? I heard Steve, what's his name? Steve Deese. I'm not sure how you say his last name, but he was talking about that earlier. About how we haven't had a top offensive player go in the first round. And it's true. We haven't. I can't think of the last one. John Richard said, go after. Hold on. My page just jumped. Hold on. Dang, I'm way behind. Hold on. All right, here we go. Yeah, he say Braylon Edwards. Yep. He said go after Chris Ash. Where is he at? 23 Tail says, I didn't see the speed with the smaller linebackers, excluding McGrone. McGrone is a prototypical linebacker, bro. McGrone's like 240, I think, or 235. Like, he's linebacker size. He's big. He's what, 6'2", 6'3", 230 something, 240. McGrone is prototypical linebacker, and he's fast. So that's why I said by the time McGrone leaves, McGrone will be a first-round pick on defense. I have no doubts about it, unless he gets hurt or something, knock on wood. Polar Bear Sleep says, watch Jim Harbaugh take Panthers head coach job. Nah, bro. Harbaugh's not just going to leave, bro. If Harbaugh left, just leaves all of a sudden, I would be so surprised. Like, that's not even on my mind, bro. Harbaugh with Michigan, he can do whatever he wants to for the most part. He's got as much money to do whatever he wants to. He played at Michigan. He's got coaching ties through his dad even before he went to Michigan. Like, Michigan is bigger to Harbaugh and that family than people understand. He's not just going to leave like that because it means too much to him. If he just leaves like that, it would shock everybody, and it would be a kind of a kick in the face to the people, because it means, as much as it means to us, it means just about as much to Harbaugh. That's what you got to understand. Kevin says, I hope a lot of players don't enter the draft and stay, or we'll get whooped. Most of those captains and dudes you got burnt, they're seniors. Like Kemp Hudson, Metellus, they're all seniors. I think Glasgow's a senior also. So those dudes will be gone. Levert Hill, Mr. Dropping picks, he's gone. So it'll be uh, the dudes that have the most potential are the young dudes. They have more potential than all those dudes I just named. So the defense and hopefully the players that'll be stepping in have that potential too. Susan Yu says, hi from Ann Arbor. I love your channel. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Susan. Let's see. Arthur Morgan says, I have a question, partner. What's the question, bro? Put it in the chat. Otis Hill, do you think it's the coaching or the recruiting that's the difference between us and OSU? It's both. Honestly, it's both. They have better recruits. They've built up 5 stars, 4 stars, but the coaching is big. Just like Don Brown gets outcoached all the time because he's so stubborn, and so does Harbaugh a lot of the time. So it's some of both. It's the recruits, it's the coaching, it's us not beating them in so long that players, it's almost too much pressure for them, and they start doing dumb stuff, choking, and all of it. If you got a chance to make a pick in this game, I talked about it on these lives. If you got a chance to make a play, you got to make it. When you don't make it, and their player does, it changes the whole momentum of the game. Just that quick and that simple. Let's see. Top Daddy says, looking like, did my page go up? Melvin Walker, you should be nervous. More nervous that Felipe Franks said he was transferring. Josh Gaddy started following him. They better not take him. They better not take him. A dude, either one of our quarterbacks can do what he can do. Bobby Boucher said, at least we got basketball today. That's facts. Basketball is doing good. Polar Blood Sleep says, guys, root for Michigan basketball tonight. Arthur Morgan, I don't know what y'all got going on. Y'all in here arguing about something. Three King Lou, I think if Dylan hits the weight room, he would be a Brady. He seemed kind of frail, though. He's frail. He's frail. I told somebody before the season started, the fact that when I saw she had posted a picture of him, and I said, he's still too skinny. And she was, I was up next to him, and he's going to get the job done. When somebody says something that's a fact, I don't understand why people got to take it personal. He too skinny. It don't matter that you believe in him. I believe in him too. But I believe he's too skinny to be a starting quarterback. And what happened? Shea gets benched or whatever, and he gets in, he gets flatlined. You got to be a certain size to play football. Especially the higher the level, the more muscle and strength you have to put on. It ain't no game on that field. Can't be out there skinny. He too skinny. He has to put on weight. Jay Collins says Clemson is the best. They might be. Polar Bear Sleep says, if you think about it, imagine Michigan beat OSU and plays Bama in a bowl game. That would not be good for us. Cleveland Flan says, Arthur Morgan out of the damn way. I don't know what y'all talking about. John Gagliardi says, Buckeye fan here. Love your channel, bro. Spot on takes. No BS. Know your football. Good stuff. I appreciate it, bro. Three King Lou says, Michigan basketball is easing my Michigan football pain. That's a fact. The basketball team has been holding it down for some years now. Cleveland fan, already I'm with my Odell jersey crying myself to sleep. Jamar, what's up, bro? What's good? Nothing much. Just trying to talk a little Michigan. Daniel says Shea Patterson threw for 305 versus OSU. Third straight game. We have our offensive coordinator moving forward. If we had the same offense like we did versus Iowa, the score of being 56-3. Yeah, and that's the good thing. Harbaugh, that's the good. That's why I always talk about Harbaugh. Then he brings me back in because he got Gaddis, and we had growing pains. But at the end of the year, we saw it click, and now you got Dylan and Joe, who have a year under their belt of running that system. So next year they should be going getting it. They should be good from the jump. But if they don't, we'll have another excuse. The growing pains they haven't, and that goes into what I was saying earlier in the year. Well, at the end of the season about Harbaugh keeping Shea in when we're blowing a team out. Put them young dudes in and let them get reps. You letting Shea stay in a blowout and continue to throw. Let Joe or Dylan come in and throw it so they can get some reps in this offense because they will be the starters next year. That's all. That's what Harbaugh made me mad with that Shea Patterson farewell tour. Let these young dudes get the reps. You killing me. You killing me, Petey. Let's see. Scott. Can't wait for Jordan Morant and Dax Hill. Get the out of here, Metellus. Metellus is gone, bro. We ain't got to worry about him no more. He's gone. Miriam 22. Hi. What's going on, Miriam? How you doing? Polar Bear asleep. Don Brown might take Boston College head coach position. Hopefully he does. So Harbaugh don't have to touch the tough decision of firing him. Well, it ain't a tough decision for us. It's a tough decision for Harbaugh because he loves him so much. You got to get your feelings out of this stuff. You trying to be a head coach to win. He can't do it. Get rid of him. Stop putting your feelings in it. Let's see. Three King Lou. Metellus made a lot of bonehead plays this year. It's a give and a take. Well, let me say this. In our losses, he made a lot of bonehead plays. In a lot of the wins, he made some pretty good plays. So, I mean, it's a give and a take. Who is this? We got, man, look at this racist dude in here. What you doing in here? Racist dude in here like it's finna make me mad, bro. I'm just finna block you. I mean, you ain't hurting my feelings. Man, you racists never cease to amaze me. Let's see. Noah says, I hate to say it, Michigan is wasting talent on some of these players. We bigs on defense and bigger linebackers. Yeah, we are. We do less with talent. We underdevelop talent. That's a fact. Polar Bear sleep. Harbaugh is a Michigan man. Yeah, Harbaugh ain't going nowhere unless. That's why I don't talk about him getting fired because he's not going anywhere, and that's why I don't talk about him leaving because I just don't see it. Yeah, I don't see the comments when y'all see him, bro. I just now got to the racist dude. I booted him. Let's see. Yeah, our defensive linemen have to get bigger, E-Duff. It's not even our defensive ends, it's our defensive tackles. You can have defensive ends 275, 285. That's about prototypical. But the defensive tackles, you need 300, 320, 315. You need dudes like that. Big Gabe Watson, Alan Branch, all those type of dudes. Arthur Morgan, let me get you out of here too. I don't understand how y'all dudes get on here and just waste y'all time with this type of racist stuff. We know y'all racist. We know it's racist out here. Y'all don't surprise us. Y'all funny, though. Bobby Boucher, Joe Milton got a cannon. That's facts. Joe Milton is a beast. Black Star 313. I think Milton has the potential to put us over the top. Me too. I hope the coaches realize that. They have to realize that. Micah Love, you got to feel good for Madison and Washington. Why would we feel good? I'm gonna kick you out of here too, bro. I'm gonna kick you out of here too, Micah. Uh, Paulie Walnuts. Not a fan of either team, but Michigan has to take the game more serious. They have to do some real soul searching in that coaching staff. That's facts. That's facts. Hail to Harbaugh. I understand that Don Brown hate, but without him, would we have lost to Iowa and Army? I blame him for putting us in that position, running that 3-3-5 against Army. Iowa, he called the hell of a game. I'll admit when he called the hell of a game. But you saying if without him, we would have had another defensive coordinator. Let's say we fired him last year. We're not just gonna hire somebody off the street. We've had good defenses before him. We'll have him when he leaves. Like defense hasn't been our problem for a long time since Rich Rod. That's just because he wants to run the 3-3-5. Michigan is top 3 in money. You know what that means? When Harbaugh got hired, he said, "Who's the top defensive coordinator off stats?" And it was Don Brown at Boston College. Harbaugh said, "Get him." We have money. Most coaches, they just want money. So who's the best defensive coordinator? Okay, throw a bag of money at him, and we gonna get him. That ain't no problem. We got money. We ain't no cheap university. Michigan got that bread. Fred Jackson says Don need to go. That's facts, bro. DK, bro. I knew that they were done for when we let Army hang with us. That's true. I was hoping it was just the 3-3-5, but honestly, Don Brown, we had Dwumfor was out and all that, and it just, it ended up the same result. We didn't have D tackles, and we're playing two little linebackers. Rip Serwin, make one of the most common posters here at Mod so they can ban the trash. I'm gonna have to do that, bro. I've done about 4 lives, but I'm new to the live. I just got to where I could do this. I am Dan Bree. What's up, Johnny? What's going on, bro? Polar Bear Sleep, you love the channel. I appreciate it, bro. Joseph Gibson says, everyone report General Lee, get him off YouTube. That's facts. Get dude out of here. You that bored where you gotta go on on lives and try to be racist? A good replacement for Brown is Washington or Madison. That one, you might be right. But most people ain't gonna want them back after they switch sides like that. Top Daddy says they scored 2 touchdowns a quarter. Enough said. Exactly. E.M. Wecker, there was not the team. Everyone out there trying to make individual plays and end up making individual mistakes. That's true. Even our players, like on defense and stuff, that played kind of well. Like McGrone played all right, but he still made mistakes. Everybody made mistakes. Everybody was out there just doing whatever they wanted to, kind of. Randall Berto, we always be a 9-3 team until Brown goes. That's facts. We'll never get over the edge. We'll never get over the edge with him because we're gonna play 2 or 3 good defenses good offenses every year, and they're gonna expose him. Don Brown is a joke. Like that, not a joke as a person or as a man, nothing like that. But his scheme is a joke to good offenses. They laugh at it. Oh, you can't wait to blitz. Okay. Well, I'm going to max protect or have enough time to where your blitz doesn't get there, and I'm going to have a wide receiver on your safety. Touchdown. Brad says, Don Brown to Boston College. Bye. See ya. Polar Bear Sleep, there's no room for you and your big nose down. Bro, man. John Richardson says, bro, I give you props, bro. You came on to talk the truth. The other guy that runs the Michigan podcast will not show his face. Yeah, bro. Win or lose, I'm gonna be here. It don't bother me the trolls and racist guys. It don't bother me, bro. I'm a Michigan fan. It's true, and that's why in my videos I don't give you we're gonna win unless it's a cupcake. We're gonna win, but I tell you what we need to do to win and what they're probably gonna try to do to beat us. I don't just like my OSU videos. I never said OSU we were gonna beat them. I just said this is what we need to do to win. This is what they're gonna do, and this is what we have to do to try to stop it. I just give analysis. King Tut, Don Brown wouldn't have even started Cam if Josh Ross wasn't hurt. Makes you wonder what other players are being held back. That's facts. A player that I was hoping was going to play this year and he entered the transfer portal was Jamarick Woods. Dude, they said he was like the hardest hitter in practice. And dude was 6'3". I think he was 6'3" and was chiseled. You need an enforcer on defense, just like in hockey. I know you Detroit people from Michigan. I know y'all know Red Wings and hockey. I'm from Michigan. I know some hockey too. You need an enforcer. You need an enforcer at either linebacker or safety that's out there headhunting people. Just like when Seattle was winning a championship, won their championship and was a great defense. They had Cam Chancellor enforcing back there, knocking dudes out, coming up in the run, flatlining dudes. We needed somebody like that this year, especially with the lack of linebackers. We playing two small dudes at linebacker. We needed a dude out there knocking dudes out. But he entered the transfer portal. I've been waiting on Jamarick to get his chance since he came, but you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. Let's see. Noah says, love your show. I would like to donate to your show. Email me. All right, hold on, bro. Fred Jackson, are y'all making excuses about recruiting? What about Minnesota? Do they have Michigan, but they was a better team this year? As far as recruiting goes, Minnesota might be better than us. They might not. We didn't play them, so it's hard to say. Minnesota didn't play OSU. Minnesota, let's see who we lost to. Wisconsin. Did Minnesota lost to Wisconsin and who was the other loss? Iowa? We beat Iowa. So this is the hierarchy of the Big Ten. It's OSU as far as talent. OSU, Penn State, Michigan, Penn State. You could say we're about the same. Michigan and Penn State. Minnesota, maybe. We don't. Minnesota's looking good right now, but they got like 3 NFL type receivers. I'm gonna have to see Minnesota do it for more years than this. So I'm gonna say Michigan, Penn State, Michigan, Wisconsin, and then everybody else. Minnesota, Michigan State. I'm gonna have to see Minnesota do it for more years than this year. For me to just say recruiting and all that. I don't recruiting. You just have to keep building it up and making the most of the recruits you get. I don't like to talk about recruiting too much because we saw Michigan State and D'Antoni win Big Ten titles, go to the playoff, win BCS games with OSU being dominant with mostly 3 stars. So I don't like to buy into all that because Michigan State will get 3 stars and make them into 4 and almost 5 stars. So I don't like to get into that because recruits, you can get 5 stars, but if you don't develop them, then The recruiting, that's potential. What's the running back we got that was a 4-star, 5-star? He came in with Devion Smith. Derek Green never lived up to it. Y'all want to blame Don Brown, but Harbaugh picked him. That's true. I guess you can say that. Honestly, when Don Brown got there, we didn't know that he was going that he would get exposed every time we play a good team. But after a couple years, then you got to get rid of him. He should have been fired last year. But I feel you. Polar Bear Sleeps at John Richardson. As a Michigan fan, I feel like a lot of us, like Johnny, are overshadowed by cocky and crybaby Michigan fans. That's true. There's a lot of crybaby Michigan fans. And they make excuses. I stopped making excuses when my life wasn't good and I was just smoking. I was smoking a lot of weed, just smoking and all the stuff. My life wasn't really going nowhere. I started back playing semi-pro football, and my coach told me, stop making excuses. All I hear is excuses. And I took that and I put it into every phase of my life. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses, to where I say I don't even believe in excuses now. And it changed my whole life. So I don't believe in all the excuse talk. I don't. You have what it is and what this is what it is and what happened or whatever, but I don't believe in excuses and all that. Fred Jackson says he's not developing players. That's true. Top Daddy says, preach. Black Star 313. Minnesota had an easier schedule, Fred. That's true. And that's what I was saying. They didn't have to play OSU. They didn't have to play Notre Dame. They might not have been able to beat them. And we beat Iowa and they lost to them. Polar Bear Sleep says Michigan fans put Michigan on a pedestal. That's true. Mike, I'm about to get you out of here with this. Keep talking about Madison. You in timeout, buddy. Paulie Walnut says there's a video of Michigan fans calling Madison a traitor. That's true. He kind of is. Since 2016, Ohio State has 69 4 stars, 4 and 5 stars recruiting. Michigan has 71. I don't know about that, bro. Is that true? John Richards, I feel your pain, Polar, but I'm a Big Ten fan. I root for y'all except for the big game. Oh, Lord, my page done jump. Isaac Brahman, love the channel. Gonna be a tough year next year. I appreciate the super chat, 199, bro. I appreciate that. Next year might not be as tough as we think it is, but you never know. Let me see. I'm trying to find out where I left off so I don't miss no comments here. Let's see. All right, here we go. DJ Sinel says, if Ryan Day offered you a coaching position at OSU, would I take it? Man, I don't think I would. But I would also have to wonder how much money it would be. Sometimes money talks, but I wouldn't feel right about it, honestly, because I'm born and raised in Michigan, bleed maize and blue, so that would be a tough one for me, bro. I don't think I'd be able to do that. Anthony C, oh my God, a Michigan podcaster that makes sense. The world is coming to an end. Polar Bear Sleep says, best of luck in the Big Ten championship game. Fred Jackson, Minnesota looks like they have a better coach too. They might have one. Harbaugh makes me wonder sometimes. So I really wish we would have got John Harbaugh. because he's not stubborn. He's not as stubborn as Harbaugh. You see what he's doing with Lamar Jackson. Sometimes when you see the potential and the writing is on the wall, adapt and make the most of it. Stop fighting it so hard. Hudson Samuels, when y'all was the number one defense, Don Brown was hoisted on y'all's shoulders. I never buy. After the first year, he did that, and we got exposed. I stopped buying into all that first defense, because he builds up great numbers on mediocre and bad teams. You think Michigan needs another strength and conditioning coach? Honestly, I wanted to talk about this a couple times. With the strength and conditioning, the players, you have to the coaches have to see what type of player's body is. Dylan needs to put on weight, whether that's muscle mass or he needs to put on mass. A dude like Tariq Black needs to get leaner muscle. He needs to be a little bit leaner so he can be quicker and more fluid in his breaks when he's running routes and get more speed. You have to know the player's body type and try to adjust to what it is. Like a player like Khalid Hudson, he needs more lean muscle. He's got bulky to where he waddles when he's running. He's lost agility because of that. Like, each player is different. Like a dude like Metellus, he looked like he was too big up top. He needs to be a little bit leaner, like Tariq. So so we might need to strengthen condition, because it looks like he's just letting these dudes work out and do what they want to. No, you need to give them a set diet and set regimen to get their body to maximize their potential. Because sometimes you can just be working out and getting big up top, and that's not what you need. That's not how you need to be built to be successful on the field. They're like Dylan. Dylan needs mass. He needs mass. Let's see. I appreciate the $10 super chat. I'm not sure who did it yet. When I get to you, I will shout you out again, bro. M. Record says, I know Harbaugh is competitive, but you can't show your butt in a press conference. It's such a bad look. Yeah, Harbaugh's a quirky type dude. He's a quirky, weird type of dude. So I think he just showed he's tired of and frustrated that the team came out like that. Fire everybody, complete team remake. Coaches that want to come here go through strict protocol and make sure they're not playing cover two. Daniel says the only good thing is that we are much improved in 2017, because that season we beat 0 teams with a winning record. I don't think we should have a season like that again. That was Harbaugh's worst year. It was, because 2016 team was loaded with NFL talent and seniors and juniors, and most of them left. So 2017, we had a lot of new starters. We had Wilton Spade was coming off the injury, and he just fell off a cliff. Then O'Corn started, and everything bad that could happen kind of did. Polar Bear Sleep says salary needs to be based off on wins and losses. And OSU wins. That's a fact. They win. You gonna watch Michigan versus Louisville tonight? Yeah, I'll probably check in on that game, bro. After I get cooking, I'm gonna start cooking in a minute when I get off of here. Trying to eat better. You know, I'm trying to eat better. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bake some chicken with have the green beans ready, food prep. You know, little potatoes. You know, I can throw down in the kitchen now. I don't want y'all to think I'm just a YouTube dude. I can throw down in the kitchen too. Let's see. Polar Bear Sleeves. Michigan is going to start losing the recruiting battle to OSU and Penn State. They already ain't no recruiting battle with OSU. Recruits know what they're getting when they go to OSU. We're going to be winning the Big Ten almost every year, and we're going to have a chance for the playoff almost every year. It's like if you go to Bama, you're going to expect to win a championship if you stay 4 years, maybe 2 championships. Just like Clemson, too. If you go to Clemson, you're going to expect to win a championship if you stay 4 years. So those schools, ain't no competition right there with them now. The only way you can compete with those teams is by winning. And as far as recruiting, Clemson doesn't get all 4 and 5 stars. Clemson gets a lot of 3 stars too. They just maximize them and develop their players. Ross Hickson says, just got here. We talked about Don Brown yet. We've been talking about Don Brown on and off, bro. He's got to go. He's trash. Let's see. It's a frown. That polo is legit. This is my work shirt. This is my work shirt. I do antivirus. I have to go to all the Best Buys in the area and talk about WebRoot, the antivirus. So this is my work shirt. Yeah, it's legit. It's Under Armour. Anthony C says you should work with Mark Rogers. You make better sense than Steve Deese and his fake Michigan diploma. I appreciate that, Anthony. CJ Mike, I hope we are developing all of these strong side DNs into interior line, because if any injury happens to Mozzie or Henning, we are done in the interior. We should have some more D tackles coming in this year. And Don Brown, he wanted to go to this quicker, slimmer defensive tackle, and that's why we had like Aubrey Solomon, and we had all these D tackles transferring. Polar Bear Sleep says, which NFL team do you root for? I talked about this before, bro. I don't root for any NFL team per se. I root for players that went to Michigan or are from Michigan. They could have went to Michigan State, Central Michigan. I just root for Michigan players once they get to the league, especially like Michigan. If they actually went to Michigan, I root for them like Brandon Graham, Tom Brady, guys like that. All the Alan Branches, the Lamar Woodleys, Mario Manningham. If they went to Michigan, I'll root for that team. In the playoffs or whatever, but I don't have a specific NFL team. I'm from Michigan. I stopped rooting for the Lions. I couldn't do it. Like Michigan, I actually saw Michigan in '97 win a national championship. I've never seen the Lions win anything. All I've seen is them have great players and then make them retire earlier. I'm out. I can't root for y'all like that. If y'all had Barry, he retired early because he couldn't take it, and Calvin couldn't. Like, you've had one of the all-time best running backs and receivers, and they've done nothing with him. Bobby Boucher, Metellus is good, but damn, you can't end a rivalry getting cooked and making mistakes that bad. Metellus is good, but something that tells me something about him. When we played, and this is part Don Brown's fault. When we play good offenses and good teams, he gets exposed. But that's also Don Brown's fault because he's got him on the island half the time. So you're retarded. You need to have him on the top. Aria says Don Brown's got to go. That's facts. Issa Fromm says Dylan is frail and Joe Milton doesn't have good pocket presence. One is fixable, the other isn't. I mean, Dylan is, well, if your bones just break, then you're right. You can't fix that. But if he adds on some muscle, hopefully that would help him. He's just so lean. Sick Kid says, should we fire Don Brown before the bowl game? Honestly, I'd fire him now. If it was me, I'd have to get rid of him. I don't even want to look at you. Jacob Campbell says, huge Buckeye fan, but I love the channel. I appreciate it, bro. Scott says, do you think the D-line will be better or worse next year? We won't have Kemp or Uche, but we will see what Hen and Mozzie can do. Who is coming back? I don't know who still has years left. Is it is it Quiddy Pay? I know Dana's gone. You say Uche and Kemp are gone. So Aiden is a beast. I love Aiden. I love what I see from him. So if Quiddy Pay and Aiden are there, it's just about depth. I know we got Luigi at the end, and let's see, Mozzie and Hinton in the middle. They need to add more mass, but you can't add too much mass and not be able to do what makes you a good player. So it's a fine line in between adding and losing weight. Tally says Jamerick Wood was a decent DB that got no playing time. Do you think the coaching staff favors seniors over winning? I think they do, and that's a mistake. You can never do that. Not in sports. Not in anything, but especially in sports. McCaffrey needs to add about 15 pounds. Definitely, if not more. He's frail. He's a skinny dude. And I was talking about somebody about that, and they tried to. He weighs the same as Trevor Lawrence. Ain't no way he weighs the same as Trevor Lawrence. Ain't no way. Trevor Lawrence is 6'6" and cut up. Trevor Lawrence looks like he came in looking like he was like a junior or senior. Like he was cut up and built. Dylan don't look like that. Dylan looks like a skinny dude. Trevor Lawrence looks skinny, like lean, but he's built. He's muscular. They don't look anywhere the same. If they weigh the same, ain't no way they weigh the same. And my nephew played college football, and he says when they do the weighings, they just ask you what you weigh. They don't really get into it like that. They just kind of ask you, so you can say you weigh more than you do or whatever. Jordan Gibbons says, who do you think is going to win Ohio State versus Wisconsin? OSU. They already kicked their doors in again. Wisconsin doesn't have enough to beat them. You need Wisconsin. OSU is going to make Wisconsin become one-dimensional. They're going to slow down Jonathan Taylor, and then they're going to force Jack Cohn to beat them, and he's not going to be able to do it. So OSU's got good offense and great defense, if not great and great. So they're going to force you to keep up with them. Just like Penn State held them to 28. Okay, we scored 28. Can you keep up with us? Can you score more than that? So OSU will probably score 30. Can you score 30, Wisconsin? No, you can't. You're going to score 20, if that. And the playoff committee is watching, so don't be surprised if OSU tries to put up 50 on them just to make it look even more dominant to keep that number one seed. Oh, I lost my page. I lost where I was at. Oh, okay. Let's see. Lost my page for a second, y'all. Forgive me. It said, what's up, Jamie Foxx? So I don't know what's that. AK says, Charlie Strong for UMDC. That wouldn't be a bad hire. Damon Hammond says, hi, Mr. Olden. What's going on, Dame? JJS, add a great defensive coordinator and Joe Milton as QB, and we are a top 5 team. We might be. Every year we start. Every year we win some games, and we start getting up there. We start getting up in the 7, 8, 5. You know what I'm saying? Every year we get up there, it's just part of the big problem is Don Brown will play a good team. Don Brown gets torched. Then we drop back down. We build back up 7, 8. Then we play a good team. We get torched. You know what I'm saying? Ian Record said, my dude looks fresh tonight. Yeah, I just got chopped. You know what I'm saying? Just got chopped coming back from the barbershop. Just got off work, polo, fresh, Let's see. Gaddis really did the best he could. Brown just completely blew it again. You're right, JJS. He did. Don Brown didn't give us a chance. And people trying to say, oh, the offense wasn't that good. We scored what, 27, 28, whatever we had. They scored 56. When somebody scores 56, you don't have a chance. You have to have, how was we going to have a chance? Well, we had the Kansas City Chiefs. We had Patrick Mahomes as our quarterback. We're going to score 60? Get out of here. If the team you playing scores 56 and they have a great defense, guess what? You lost. You're not going against some mediocre defense. You're going against a great defense. So you have to have both. And I said this on my lives and my pregame. We need good defense, good offense to beat them. We had good offense. So just imagine if we had good defense and we held Ohio State to 30-ish. Then the game, you might have a chance. But once you get down 50-something, once you get down 20-something against them, the offense just kind of quit on us. Then they start to pin their ears back because they know you have to throw now. Stewart says UM need to get a player development person. Harbaugh is getting top 10 recruiting class. That's true. Player development is big. Honestly, if I was I'd see who was developing players at Michigan State when they went on their run, because they were turning 3 stars and maximizing them. Stuart Griffin, UM need. I just read that. 23 tells Charlie Strong, call him now. He's an awesome D coordinator. Bad head coach though. You're right. Malachi, yo, I made it. What's going on, Malachi? Gary Hurt, coming from a Buckeye, you guys need to offer Charlie Strong whatever he wants. That's a fact. Chris Lowe, real talk, I hate y'all and your team, but you keep it 100. The biggest takeaway I got from Saturday is what Justin Fields said. Seems like OSU takes it more serious, preparation and all. What you think? That's true. That's true. OSU takes it more seriously. We seem to got stuck on Michigan State and all that. Talent will beat Michigan State because they don't have the talent like OSU or a Michigan. But beating OSU takes talent, preparation, respect. Respect is number one. When you respect your opponent, you won't come in unprepared. Because you respect them. You know they're going to hit you in the mouth. You know they'll drop 60 on you. You know their in-game coaching adjustments are legitimate. So you won't come. See, Don Brown, that's it. That's my problem with him. He didn't respect OSU last year after they beat his head in. Then he didn't respect them this year. After talking stuff before, they better be ready for us and this and that and that. Then I bet OSU coaches and players like, okay, he talking all that stuff, and we about to knock his head in again. He gonna do the same stuff he always does. You still didn't respect him, and they beat your head in. You deserved it. You deserve it because you show a lack of respect for that team. There ain't no way you should be disrespecting OSU. They done earned all our respect. It's just a fact. And this is one more thing. How are we going to beat OSU at home when it looks like they at home? Anybody answer me that. How are we going to beat them in the big house when they turn in the big house in the OSU house? It looked like they got a home game. Just don't want to go to the game? I know season ticket holders, when you bring it up, are y'all going to spend y'all money? I mean, if you got season tickets, why don't you go to the game? This is the game they need you the most. I'm just being 100. The OSU game at home, that's the game the players and the staff need you the most to make it a difficult atmosphere, intimidating atmosphere. That's the game they need y'all the most. I'm just being 100. Cool Moet says, who should we get as defensive coordinator? No, Brown, I don't think any other coaches are ready. Yeah, they saying Charlie Strong. That's what everybody. That's what I keep hearing. Malcolm, what's the main gap between OSU and Michigan? It's it's recruiting and coaching, but I put coaching number one and recruiting second because if you coach, when you have great coaching, it can minimize the recruiting gap. But if you have a lack of good recruits and bad coaching, you're gonna get destroyed. And that's what happened. Polar Bear sleeps. Hudson realistic. Michigan fans don't. Jacob Campbell saw Milton at the OSU game last year. He's a tank. That's why I say, dude is a tank. Like, dude is what you need in college now. That's just a fact. You need dudes like that. You need those freaking nature type dudes that'll put you a quarterback that can either is a pocket passer, a great pocket passer, and then you get these dudes that are freak of natures and they're just too big, too strong, and dudes can't tackle them. There'll be a dual threat. Deshaun Watson, Cam Newton, Vince Young, Tim Tebow. These dudes they're not great passers, but they can pass and they can run, and they're really hard to tackle. They can put a team on their back. All right, get on my back. We saw Vince Young up close. What year was that? 2005 or 6? When he did a team full of NFL players. Marlon Jackson, I think David Harris, Alan Branch, Lamar Woodley, Leon Hall. He did them like that. And I was like, this dude is a beast. In the Rose Bowl, they were going back and forth, and he did us in at the last few seconds. And then the next year, Texas went undefeated, and he did USC the same way. A team full of NFL players on defense. He did them the same way. Them dudes like that, they're freaking natures. They might not be great pros. That could be hit or miss. But we don't need a great pro quarterback. We need a great college quarterback. I'll take Tim Tebow clone right now. Great college. Who cares what he does in the pros? We need great college. Let's say AK-40 Kevin, Harbaugh would be doing fine if he wasn't making damn near $8 million a year. With big money comes big expectations. That's true. That's true. MIC book. Hopefully Chris Evans can bring a spark back in the backfield to be able to open the offense back up. Chris Evans isn't that good of a between the tackle type dude. He's more of a screen. He makes your passing game better. He's a guy you can get it to more out of the backfield with the passing game. But that comes in, you need that too. But he's honestly, I take that back because he is faster than pretty much all our backs. That's if he's still in good shape and hasn't, a year off hurts your game. I don't care what sport. Taking a year off, it affects you. We learned that from Michael Jordan. Jordan came back and he was a beast after that year and a half he took off, but he wasn't the Jordan that left. He never reached that peak again. When Jordan retired, he was averaging 40 in the finals against the MVP. Let's see. Polar Bear sleeves it. Oh, okay. No, here you go. I remember Milton fired a ball like 40 yards with just a flick of his wrist. Yeah, that ain't nothing for him. 40 yards is a walk in the park. Dude could probably throw it 70. Yeah, Lil Coda, Johnny, I told you to call me, bro. We got to chat some real stuff, man. I ain't got your number, bro. Jordan Gibbons, Ryan Day has coach of the year. He might be. I mean, it's hard. Who you got? Ryan Day, Dabo, or what's his Ed Orgeron's going if they're gonna get he's gonna get coach of the year. because LSU hasn't been winning like that. Y'all, OSU, y'all lost one game last year. I see Ed Orgeron. He's probably going to get it at LSU. Brutus, what is best to drive the Buckeyes enemy before us and hear the. Oh, let me get you out of here. Hudson, you've had enough time. Let's see. Hire PJ. Harbaugh sucks. Can't even get excited for next season. Time for change. Who knows? Who knows what someone new can do? We know Harbaugh can't. Harbaugh ain't going nowhere. That's why I don't even talk about it. Yeah, Harbaugh ain't going nowhere. That's why I don't even talk about that. Cool Moet. Do you think the seniors play in the bowl game? We don't really have any seniors that have high draft stock. So honestly, we should have we shouldn't have anybody sitting out the bowl game. We don't. None of the seniors have high draft stock, so you would think that they would want to finish it out. Cool Moed, let's add Willie Taggart to the staff. He probably will be on the staff. Harbaugh recruited him to play for his dad when his dad was coaching, so they have ties. So that's why you saw him with Harbaugh at the basketball game or the hockey game, one of them. So he probably will be on the staff. Mr. South Beach, 2003, what's up, bro? We need a DC that runs more zone, cover 3, and force the QBs to fit balls in tight windows. Get rid of the Viper. Facts, bro. I've been saying this for the longest. Cover 3 is the defense we need to be instilling. Cover 3, we can still do man and stuff, but we need that cover 3. And that Viper, get that out of here. I'm so tired of it. Jordan Gibbons says, you're cool, dudes. Appreciate it, bro. Ice God, if we fire Don Brown, then who will be the DC? We're going to have to hire somebody. Yeah, I don't know if it's – I'm hearing Charlie Strong. We're going to have to hire somebody. It don't matter. We got bread. Okay, they're paying you this. We can pay you this. Come on. Here's your Michigan gear. Tom PSU, incredible how unadaptable Brown is as a DC against OSU every year. That's facts. T. Hamp, Michigan has 71 high-star recruits compared to 69 for Ohio State. Who's responsible for player development? I don't know. That's a good question. Tally offered Madison a bag so he give us the Ohio intel. Once a trader, always a trader. Larry Lyon, hey, Johnny, what do you think of my cousin Chase Daniels? I don't know who you're talking about. Chase Daniels, the only Chase Daniels I really know about is the one that played at Missouri. Jacob Campbell, bro, do you need glasses? I do need glasses, bro. I'm supposed to be wearing glasses. Honestly. My homie called me out on that the other day. Are you supposed to be wearing glasses, bro? Ross Hickson, you think Dax Hill could play both sides of the ball? He could. Dax could play. I think Dax didn't exactly look as fast as I thought he would be, but a year of, he got to campus late. He wasn't an early enrollee. So him having a year of the weightlifting program, getting stronger, and all that, I expect big things from Dax. OSU was ready for the zero blitz with safety valves for 30 yards. That's a fact. Paulie Walnut, seriously, Don Brown does some PlayStation all-out blitz every play. He does, and that's what it reminds me of. It's just dumb. John Jeffrey Anderson, all the top schools run zone schemes. That's because zones, you're in college. Half of these dudes can't read a defense. So you need to be running zones because they'll see the zones and they'll just be confused. They'll be looking at the receivers just like Shea did when OSU started running more zones at the end of the game. They'll be locked on a receiver and they won't even see the linebacker sitting up underneath. And so they'll just pick it because he don't even see him. Tom PSU, what do you make of the shoe untying incident? That was just Bush League, and that was ridiculous. Like that was some stuff like, bro, you embarrassing yourself. Like you embarrass yourself. Like I can make an excuse for Hutchinson, but there is no excuse because come on, untying somebody's shoe. But a senior Kemp, come on. Now you what's up with you, bro? Norris Law said we couldn't stop JK, so was it a good idea to untie his shoes if they could have got the shoes into the stands and they didn't have a replacement pair? I mean, it's just a shoe. It's just a shoe. You can easily tie it back up. Mr. South be tired of safeties and man-to-man coverage, not blitzing or in the too deep playing the hash. That's a fact. It's Don Brown's scheme. Anybody that knows real football knows his scheme is flawed. You don't want your safeties in man coverage. I don't care if you got Earl Thomas back there. I don't care if you got top NFL safeties back there. One-on-one coverage. If I put Earl Thomas on Odell Beckham is going to torch him. That ain't, Earl Thomas is bad. No, it's your defensive coordinator is an idiot. That's what it is. I don't care what NFL safety you put out there. NFL. You put a fast NFL receiver, Julio Jones, Odell Beckham, whoever is fast you want to name, on him, he's going to get torched if the QB has enough time. You can do that once in a while, not base your whole scheme around it. That's just foolish. Fred Jameson, what do you see as the next 100-yard per game running back? Or who? Haskins. But we're going to go committee because Charbonnet, and this is Charbonnet. I see Charbonnet. Charbonnet needs to lean down a little bit. He seemed like he was a little too big. Like he needs to lean up, get more lean muscle so he can get quicker. Damon says Shea needs to go sit out for the bowl game so Joe or Dylan can play so they can be ready for next. I don't see that, bro. I mean, I wouldn't be against it if he just wanted to sit out, but I wouldn't want to force him. He's earned the right to play this last game. But if he did sit out, I wouldn't mind. I would like it because I want to see Joe and Dylan. That's why I was so mad when Harbaugh wouldn't play them in the last two blowouts we had. That really made me mad he did that. Who you got tonight? Who you talking about, bro? If you're talking about in the basketball, of course I got Michigan, bro. The ball said Minnesota wasn't better. Yeah, I don't think they were. Clemson only has 1 5 or 4-star on their roster than Michigan. That exactly. Minnesota beat Penn State. Didn't Minnesota lose to Iowa though? So you can go both ways. Otis says, J.O. F them hating racists. They tough on the line, but they're not trying to see this real stuff. But excellent way how you handle this ball. Yeah, bro, I don't let that affect me. Y'all trying to that racist stuff. If you come on here to be racist and you take time, you got your life is sad, bro. If that's really what you look forward to doing, you got a sad life. That's just real talk. You got a sad life if that's what you look forward to coming on posts like this to be racist and stuff. Norris Law says higher fleck. Harbaugh sucks. Paulie Waltons, Minnesota has great receivers. They lost to Whiskey because of the snow. I mean, it is what it is. You got to play in the elements. You got to play in the elements. They do have great receivers though. That's a fact. Cool Moe says we need to young, energetic defensive coordinator. Michigan needs some swag out there on the field. That's true. We do need some swag. John Richards, I hope your channel blows up, bro. But I would recommend doing like the Big Ten because your content is It's real and it tells you how it is. I appreciate it, bro. I want to go to the Big Ten. It's just, it takes more. I can talk so good about Michigan because I know the team kind of inside and out. And so it's going to take a lot more effort on my part to do the rest of the Big Ten because I don't like to get on here and talk and not know my stuff. Because if you don't know if you say anything wrong, they get on you in the comments and everything. You said this wrong. Your haircut wasn't cut. They be on you. They be on top of you. Polly Walnuts, many got great talent in specific positions, but those positions made them dangerous this year. Yeah, I mean, receiver, quarterback, safety, certain positions, King Man says, can someone explain why Nico Collins had only 2 catches? That's another thing. And Gaddis has to get this. When you got the mismatch in the red zone is Nico being a monster. He's 6'4", almost 6'5". His catch radius is huge. If the ball hits his hands, he pretty much catches it every time. If he catches it in his chest, he's not dropping it. So you should have been going back shoulder, fade, anything like that to Nico. That was just foolish not to do it. But instead, you run in Shea 2 times like that's a great offense. And I don't know what's up with this. He did it against Penn State late, trying to run Shea on QB sneaks. Shea ain't that type of dude. Shea can hit the corner if he gets the right blocks. But Shea isn't a run when they know what's coming type dude. He's not that. He ain't going to break no tackles. Now, if you got Joe back there, a big freak of nature type dude, yeah, you can run him on a couple times. Ain't no telling what he going to do. He could probably manhandle somebody like Haskins did on that Wildcat. Just manhandle 2 dudes, 2 of them. Let's see. I ain't even gonna read that PSU. You petty for that. Nothing really matters until they start winning the recruiting battles. The Zach Harrison loss was a real kick in the butt. You can't win the recruiting battles until you start winning. You have to win recruiting. To get recruits from like OSU and Clemson and Bama, like you'll get one once in a while, but you got to win to win those battles. Marion said Derek Green and Kareem Walker, top recruits that were busts for us. Not all high schools develop their players as well as others. That's true. Go blue, go blue. Michigan always top 10, 15 recruiting every year. You got to coach them up. That's a fact. Ronnie Virgil, Don Brown will never beat Ryan Day because they were both coordinators at Boston College at the same time, and Day knows him in and out. Bro, everybody knows Don Brown now. Even that's a good point. But everybody knows what Don Brown does now. It's not a secret. See, when you're at Boston College, you're not playing big teams all the time. Or you can be under the radar a little bit for what you really do. But now you at Michigan. They know what you do now. They're aware and they're prepared for it. I don't care if you're playing Penn State, Wisconsin. If they got the dogs to beat what you do, they're going to beat you because they know what you do. So you ain't getting away with it here, Don Brown, no more. Bunmy Launch says, player development is non-existent. Harbaugh has gone soft. Some high-star recruits as OSU, no results. Who is in charge of development? I don't know. We don't know, bro. Probably yeah, but those 3 stars at MSU were underrated back then. That 2013 MSU was legit. Those services always make mistakes. That's true, bro, but they was 3 stars. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they was. Now, I haven't seen the recruiting class of 2020. If we could just get a running back that can have move the ball and make big changes like Wisconsin and OSU, we would easily be top 4. I don't see how we haven't gotten a good top type running back. especially when Harbaugh just wanted to run the ball. Let me see. My page done jump. What up, Trill? You on? Let's see. Where did I leave off? I hate when this page jump. Appreciate the $2 super chat. Cool Moet. I appreciate that, bro. Let me see where I left off. Let's see. John, I appreciate the super chat. John, I don't know how to say your last name. He says, big problem. Defensive line and linebackers are always all way too small. Pushed off the ball 3 yards every play. Yeah, I done said that many times, bro. You 100 about that. Let's see. All right, here we go. He says, I think we just need to start whipping ass at Michigan. Jim need to use that belt, come through with Gatorade bottle like Urban. If Nico, DPJ, and Tariq all decide to go pro, will our passing game take it? They all ain't going pro, bro. If now maybe Nico and DPJ, but Tariq would be making a dumb mistake if he was to go pro now. Especially if DPJ and Nico go, because it's gonna be Ronnie and you getting most of the targets with the rest of the skill position dudes. You're gonna be the big dude that's getting those one-on-one, all those one-on-one. I'm not even really open, just throw it up catches. So that would be dumb for Tariq. Even DPJ. Nico can go because scouts and everybody knows what he can do. They just say he's underutilized. So Nico could probably go and still get make some pretty good money. John says Michigan needs running back with speed. That's a fact. That's a fact. Sam Webb is the ultimate Michigan homer excuse maker out here. He said that Michigan's D-line didn't get blown up when they played OSU, Wisconsin. He said they just didn't get off block. Either way, you can say either way, and that's why you can't have these small dudes, Hudson and Glasgow, playing linebacker. They can't get off blocks. If you can get now when you playing linebacker and you have to take on blocks, you come up, engage, disengage. They too little. They can't disengage. They too little. You 220, you ain't disengaging from nobody 330 pounds. You lucky if he don't flatline you. 220 pounds. Give me a break. That's what you want to do as an offensive line. Get your 300 pounders on to even real linebacker size, 240. And then if they can get to the next level, you get a 300-pound dude blocking a DB. They gonna lose. Notre Dame has a top 10, 15 class every year. The issue is when you see Notre Dame match up against elite teams, there's a clear talent difference. Same goes for Michigan. That's true. That's somewhat true. Yeah, well, it is true. You go where the money is. Ask Warner. Y'all had no problem with Warner coming over. Do we have 100-yard per running back? Not right now. Ricardo Boone, why can't y'all beat us? And what's the talent gap? We gotta get rid of John Brown. Coaching is number one. You have to have a coach that's gonna put players in position to be successful. That's offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and then the head coach has to make sure of that and make sure you're not doing dumb stuff. UM always brings talent to be more of a threat to OSU, but on the field, that's not the case. There's the it's development. Development is a big problem. The main problem with Michigan is they always flipping people positions, and you can never develop. That's a fact. That's a fact. And they did that with Hassan Haskins. Moved him to linebacker. He came as a running back, moved him to linebacker, then moved him back. Ben Mason is one of the best fullbacks in the country. You put him at defensive tackle. He didn't even do nothing at fullback this year. You knew that man wasn't finna be good at no defensive tackle. Oh, he's a beast and all this hype, all that hype for nothing. You knew that man wasn't gonna be able to start at no defensive tackle at Michigan. You knew that, Harbaugh. Now that's a shame that you even tried to do something like that. This man been playing 3 years of fullback, 2 or 3 years of fullback, and you move him as a senior to defensive tackle. Come on. You know better than that, Harbaugh. MS Smoke 14. I would rather play against Dylan than Joe. Even OSU fans know you don't want to play against that, and I'm gonna say this, that big athletic black dude that's got a cannon. Don't nobody want to play against him because you know what he gonna be doing. A big dude like that, Chase Young, he gonna okie doke, it might give him a little stiff arm or something. A big dude like that ain't scared of them big D ends. He ain't scared. I'm just as big as you, and I'm more athletic, maybe. Come over here and get put in this spin cycle. Harbaugh has to realize that, though. He's still stuck in 1980, though, somewhat. So maybe he'll learn one day, and maybe he won't. Next year depends on if Brown is still. He better not be. I got faith that he gonna get a job and go, or Harbaugh just gonna have to do what he doesn't want to do and fire him. But one or the other got to happen. He can't be here next year. Or I hate to after every. Shea Patterson was the dude this year. I guess Don Brown will be the one next year that I have to talk about after every game. CJ says, Johnny, if Ryan Day offer you a job, take it. Don't limit yourself because you're from Michigan. You learn their system. Come back and coach at Michigan. You a fool, bro. And I appreciate the super chat, John. Popcorn, it's just Michigan isn't a program where fans are satisfied with 8 wins. Yeah, of course not. Norris, do you think we should untie? I ain't even finna read that. Michigan needs to find a crazy person like Titus Young or Lawrence Taylor. Need to find somebody. Player development is non-existent. Yep. I'm gonna skip over some of these that say the same thing as other people have said a bunch of times. They are all on strict diets, new dietitians. But what are they eating? What are they eating when they're not with the team? How are they working out? If you're working out and lifting heavy weight, you're just constantly lifting heavy weight, you're going to gain mass. Like, I don't like to be skinny, so I lift heavy weight, and it builds mass. But if I was trying to get back on the field, I'm going to slim up some more. I'm going to get more lean weight, and try to keep a little bit of the mass. But I'm going to get leaner so I can maintain my speed. That's why I say certain players have to have a different diet. Everybody's not a different diet and a different workout regimen. Everybody ain't the same. Dylan needs to lift heavier weight because he needs the mass. Harbaugh knows football. It's just old school NFC football. Exactly. Good point, Kingman. Harbaugh needs to put those guys on bocce regimen. King Williams, they 2 big TT and 1 big J&W. What up, J&W? He said, shout me out. What up? Malachi, what's going on, bro? E-Duff, Harbaugh is set to get a raise next month per his contract. That's why I say Harbaugh ain't going nowhere. So that's why I don't waste my breath on it. He ain't going nowhere, y'all. Do people not believe in periods on the ends of sentences anymore? I mean, it's just a little chat, Lulu. So they ain't gonna put no periods in these little comments. Aria, I wish the college football season was as long as the college basketball season. Yeah, I wish the season was longer. This season flew by, and my boy was telling me this because we were talking about it before the season. I was like, man, I can't wait. He's like, it's gonna fly by, bro, and it did. Fred Jameson says, should they fire Jay Harbaugh? I mean, it's Harbaugh's son. So this is my thing, Harbaugh. You want to put a legitimate, either somebody that players know from the past, or they can say, I was a great running back. This is what I did to be great. Or somebody that's just a great recruiter in there. And I'm not sure about how good Jay is, but you can give him a job. If he's not that, you can give him a job doing anything. He's your son. You can give him a job doing anything. You're the OSU. You break down OSU film for the whole year or whatever. He's your son. You can give him, but I can give him any type of job you want to. But we need a running back. He might be hurting us on getting a prime time back. Would you stop with this untied shoe stuff, bro? King Williams need to get more spin in the backfield. Safeties need to be faster. That's a fact. We got Dax. Dax will be back there next year, so that helps. What's your take on Justin Fields? They're not taking the game serious enough comment. I mean, it's true. It's true. DK says, go for the lentils. Lentils. I'm trying, bro. It's hard. It's hard to stop eating certain stuff for me. Sean Reed, if Nico caught, I thought I read some of these. Bobby Boucher says Michigan versus Louisville, 7:30. Mr. South Beach, Tariq Black is soft as hell to me. I'm still tripping over the fact that it's 3rd and long and he didn't fight for that first down with the game on the line. That's true. But even when Nico was younger, Nico used to run soft like that. Nico used to do that stuff too. And I used to be on here on my videos yelling about him. Like, bro, you 6'4", run over somebody and fight for the yards. Nico used to do that same thing. Tariq, he's soft. The only reason I root for him is because he's been through so much. And some of these dudes, they haven't been through that much adversity. So, it shows when they get on the field sometimes. But I like Tariq. I do like Tariq. I root for him. Anthony, y'all got to recruit Ohio better like y'all did in the 90s. Jay Marion, Harbaugh needs a QB that's going to put fear in defense. He hasn't had that yet. I think Joe will be the first one. And my thing is the new game now is the new offenses and the new systems now is having a quarterback that's a real dual threat. That puts fear in defenders that they have to tackle him. They fear, will I be able to tackle him? Just like Justin Fields. You can come free on a blitz and he gonna hit you with that. He gonna leave you in the dust. Just like he did a couple times. We sacked him a couple times, but the first guy, I don't think the first guy ever got him. Michigan will not beat OSU unless they hire me or you as an advisor. That's facts, bro. Because I'm gonna be hard on dudes. And you hire me in that building. I'm gonna be on them boys' heads. I'm gonna make some people mad because I ain't gonna accept it. We ain't finna accept this no more. Stan, man, OSU fan. Rumors are swirling about Al Washington getting hired from Ohio State by Boston College. And me, yeah, I heard that too. I've heard of that too. Stanman, I don't know. Do you think we should, bro? Let me stop you because you just keep putting that in here, and I keep almost reading it. I wouldn't hate on Stevie D. He knows it. Yeah, I don't hate on Steve D. I watch his stuff. Like when I get off of here, I'm gonna start cooking this baked chicken, and I'm gonna watch his. He should be have a Michigan podcast coming up. I'm gonna watch that. That's just it. I was Don Brown's peak. I'm gonna end this at 2 hours, y'all. So I'm gonna read the rest of the comments that's on here right now. I'm gonna try to get through the rest of these comments. So y'all might want to chill out on the comments out because I want to get to all y'all comments. I don't like leaving them unread. Let's see. Metellus and Hawkins are too big. Need to play corner type safeties against passing team. Hawkins is like, I'm not sure if Hawkins is too big. Hawkins, he didn't even play against Ohio State, did he? I didn't see him. Yeah, I hope he didn't play because I didn't see him around the ball or nothing. But next year we're going to have Dax Hill, and Hawkins will probably be the starter. Hawkins grew on me. I didn't care for him at all when the season started. I was kind of mad Jamarick Woods didn't get that spot. But I just get – the thing that I hate is the hype that they get in spring practice and when the practice starts back, Hawkins is looking like they got to play him because he's looking like an NFL type. He definitely wasn't that. Lulu says, people from Michigan, do you guys listen to Mike Valenti? He be tearing y'all up. I watch him sometimes. He's good. Honestly, if I was to want to do anything, I'd want to do this and then be on the radio or, have my radio podcast on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Trio City, what up? I ain't seeing many Ohio trolls. This has been a couple, but I've been blocking them. I've been blocking them, most of them, because they've been getting out of hand. Michigan will probably wait on to fire coaches till after signing day on December 16th. That's probably true. Nobody knows Mike Valenti. Daniel says, when we got blown out by Wisconsin, Florida, I never thought we'd see that under Harbaugh because in the NFL, he didn't do that. Those games look like Brady Hoke's team because of how bad we look. That's true. That's true. Micah says, hey, man, I'm betting on you to cheer for OSU in the playoffs. Honestly, normally I do root for OSU and once the season is over in the playoffs, so if they're in the playoffs or whatever, because I root for the Big Ten. But this year I'm riding with Joe Burrow. I'm a Joe Burrow fan, bro. And honestly, I'm hoping he kind of gets his revenge on y'all or whatever. I like to see a quarterback play the position the right way. And dude is beasting. Like, I love to see a dude out there knowing his read, stepping up in the pocket, running when he can, hitting it the flat when the blitz is coming, recognizing the blitz is coming. I love that stuff. And so I'm with LSU. I've always kind of liked LSU too. When Les Miles was there. And so when he had those good teams with the Honey Badger and all them dudes. So I'm kind of rooting for LSU once the playoff comes. And with Joe. I think Milton is better quarterback than McCaffrey. He probably is. He's just going to bring more to the table. Manuel says, why are we not developing players at all? I don't know, man. I can't. Some of these questions I can't answer. Lulu says, Mike Valenti is hilarious. E. Duff, Harbaugh set to get a raise. Oh, okay. He don't deserve a raise. I mean, I guess it depends on what you. Harbaugh getting a raise because we selling out games. He's winning 9 games. That's all the university cares about is winning like 9 games. And we're top 3 in profit. So they got the money. Michigan got the money. They gonna use it. They use that money. Now or never. Ohio State will hang a lot of points on the board because they are playing for seeding. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So if they get up on Wisconsin, they about to put up 60 on y'all to prove a point. Jay Marion, Michigan needs to get back to recruiting kids that are natural LBs and DTs. That's a fact. Dan Orlovsky's torched us with incorrect stats saying we had 71. That's incorrect. We only had maybe 1 5-star in 3 years compared. I knew that didn't seem right, bro. Ice God, our defense, I can tell you, will be a top 5 next year for most all categories. We just need to find a running back beast because I think Dylan should start. I wouldn't mind Dylan starting, bro. I just don't think he can handle what it takes to start, taking all those hits. Valenti rants are the best, especially when he's mad about his Spartans, bro. Josh Hill. I don't know, bro. I think I might be the best ranter when it comes to rants, bro. I'm up there. So Valenti might be good, but I'm known to be one of the best ranters, especially on YouTube. So you're gonna have to go back and watch a couple of my rants, bro. Or watch my OSU video from last year. This year, my head was hurting. I felt like my head was about to explode. Michael Love says, yes, give him a raise. If Kemp had better manual dexterity, he would have gotten that shit. You petty for that, bro. Michigan just feels dated. You're right about that now or never. How can we develop players no other elite team wanted? Sure, they had offers, but not all had offers from teams we are competing against. It's a difference in top 100 4-star and top 300 4-star. You're right about that, bro. Let's see. John says Gaddis didn't plan adjustments for the second half. Should have known he'd see the blitz, but Brown is a way bigger problem. Yeah, Gaddis should have second half. Gaddis should have used more screens, and that's where I felt like he didn't adjust because he was throwing downfield earlier in the game. Second half, he should have started using the screen game more. Michigan will have problems for the next couple years. Olave, Garrett, and the 5 wide receiver Flemings coming in. Yikes, go Bucks. We're going to have problems if we keep Don Brown. If we go to a different style of defense, that more zones, things like that, then we'll be able to maybe keep y'all under 40 or at 40 or something. Give us a chance. Well, 50 and up, 45 and 50 and up, you ain't got a chance against them. I swear I look forward to Mondays after Michigan lost to Ohio State. Trill City, not saying it ain't possible. We must not be getting the best 3 stars and 4 stars unless people are out of position and the wrong people are playing and the people in the wing spots. Ain't no telling, bro. Honestly, I don't know. Ryan Day got down Brown number. That's enough not to bring him back. That's true. But he gets exposed against way more teams. Damon says Don Brown doesn't adjust. He's freaking stubborn. He needs to start packing now. That's facts. Anthony Hunt. Michigan doesn't develop player. OSU does. They really is in a huge talent gap. OSU takes a more serious culture problem. Trill City says since Harbaugh came and players were already out of position, it has been a struggle, but he had got the team while everybody was in the right spot. He could recruit positions better, so it will take time. King Tut says Don Brown is going nowhere. Yeah, he going somewhere. He better take that Boston College job or whatever. You don't come back here. Let's see. Truth, bro, it's time to get on these Michigan fans. These snowflakes need to get serious. Way too many OSU fans in the big house. That was sad, y'all. The big house with all that red, and one of my homeboys, he's an OSU fan, and he was like, "What's up with y'all stadium? Well, it's more OSU fans than Michigan. That's sad, y'all. How do y'all expect them to win like that? I don't understand. How do y'all expect them to win when It's like we might as well play that game at Ohio State. In Ohio State, it looked like it. I don't understand that. Marion says Charlie Strong would be able to recruit Texas and Florida. That's the states that we need more players. Texas and Florida and Georgia. Them Georgia boys ain't nothing to play with either. Them country strong boys. Woo, them dudes is something serious. Michael Love said they showed the crowd, and I was like, wow, I love all that. And that's a fact. There was way too much red out there. Now or never says Master T, next great up. Trio City, we need to find out who is the best defensive coordinator in each level of football. Sometimes there's a great coaches in lower levels because they know how to adjust. That's true. Batman says Raekwon Davis is a beast. He's a defensive end for Bama. If Nico, DPJ, and Tariq were to go pro, the passing game would take somewhat of a hit, I believe, because they've played a lot of ball. At least, and Nico and DPJ have played a lot of good ball for us. So it's going to – I think the deep threat would take a hit because Nico, you can just throw it up to him. He's going to get defensive. He's going to draw pass interference or he's going to catch the ball. But with Ronnie, Cornelius, Sandra Steele, and Giles Jackson, you got more speedy receivers. You got more possession receivers and dudes that can do more with the ball. So I think, honestly, I wouldn't want to lose those dudes, but you might have – the offense might click better because these are more better route runners and more traditional type more complete receivers. And Ronnie's a beast. So I expect Ronnie to be even better next year. Trill City says OSU has 4 complete backs. Yeah, they get complete backs. Lulu says Mr. O. OSU remembers the John Cooper years, will do everything in their power not to tune. Yeah, you're right. Bummy Lounge agreed. Trill City says read through faster. People saying the same thing. Bro, they've been saying the same thing a lot of times. It's been a lot of the same thing. Would I trade Harbaugh and his staff for James Franklin and his? Honestly, I probably would. Lulu, LSU act like they've been winning this whole time. If we stay number 1 in this poll, LSU fans cry. Only thing I can say, LSU's been playing better teams. They've had a harder schedule. Trill said, I need a wrench to time out these trolls so we can have undaunted content. You're right, bro. Let me see. Yeah. KL, I'm ready to see Mike Hart come back as running back coach. Get these boys to block and get the mentality to beat OSU. Just being Jim Harbaugh's son isn't enough. Yeah, I would have thought Mike Hart would have came back by now. The thing about Harbaugh is, and if you even talked about it, it doesn't matter what Harbaugh does outside of OSU. You can't beat your rival. You're gone. Yeah. Why the hell can't we get disciplined performances out of our players? That falls on Harbaugh. Have you ever thought about sending your sessions to Big Ten, or ESPN, or other talk shows? I legit enjoy your takes more so than television anchors. Bro, I'm hoping I might need to do something like that because a lot of people been showing me love, so I might need to try something like that. Taylor Walston, Kemp wanted it more than the rest of his teammates, apparently. They that old, bro? Let's see. Don Brown. All right, let me read this one. Don Brown manned up KJ Hamler with a safety against PSU and got cooked repeatedly. If I was UMDB, I wouldn't like playing. That's what I'm saying. How are we going to get – why would you want to play safety for him when you know he's going to put you in horrible situations? Let's see. What I think about Harbaugh getting Venables or some of the defensive assistant Dambo owns. That's who we need to go get some of the. He need to get dudes from Clemson. I like Clemson's scheme, running a lot of zone. The quarterback that finally beats OSU will never buy a beer in Ann Arbor. You're right about that. Big basketball game about to start. Yep. All right, y'all. That's about the end of the comments, I think. Well, I thought it was. Who tore Chris Evans up last year on here? Let's see. I tried, bro. I ain't able to get through the comments today, y'all, all the way through. I tried. I couldn't get through. I gotta have somebody weeding out some of these comments. Look at this racist dude. How you get in here? He changed his profile. Bro, you killing me. You killing me. This is really what you want to do. F this in work. Bro, I appreciate it, y'all. I'm about to get off of here, make me some food, watch Michigan. These trolls are killing me. I appreciate everybody who joined. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe, bro. And as always, go blue, man. I'm about to get out of here. I tried to get through it, y'all. I got to have somebody helping me moderate because I can't get through them fast enough.